Finally. Welcome back to the Green Beans Go channel. It's your host, me. Finally, we gave out, for me, it was a massive winner. All right. Without even getting to that point yet, we got to shout out Vladimir Duero Jr. I mean, absolutely unbelievable. The streak continues. I know what the most frustrating part of this is, and that is that was the early game, and a lot of you probably watched it too late and you missed it. Cooper Durbin in that game as well. Brooks Lee with the bold and italicized. Juan Soto, Ryan McMahon, not bolded and italicized, but in the round robin. Bobby Witt Jr. and Tyler Soderstrom first at bat. No sweat to bring us home. Only 3 plays yesterday as far as straights went. Minnesota over on the team total. They scored 9. That was a no sweat. They actually had 4. They actually did that in the first inning, which I think I said would be awesome if they started the first inning 4-0, which is what it was. Minnesota money line, and then Milwaukee up 2-0 in the game, and the bullpen blew it, which is incredibly frustrating because that was also the only losing leg of the Novig parlay that I gave out. But the round robin, I round robin by 2, 3s, 4s, and I played all 5 as I do every time I give this out. And honestly, the Drake Baldwin postponement was helpful because since that leg voided, we kind of got paid out twice. We got paid out on the by 3s just from hitting 3, but then we also got paid out on the by 4s by 3s because the Baldwin leg voided in all of them. So it was a massive win for me. This is just one of the slips. 26 units there, and then I had some other hefty units on the 2s and 3s. So, wow, feels good to finally call one. And speaking of calling one, somebody joined the Discord yesterday and said, the YouTube comments aren't believing me. Okay, he says, I want to show proof. 25 into over $5,000. This was 2 nights ago when I said Sal Stewart, Drake Baldwin, and TJ Rumfeld. Very similar to the parlay that I showed from the other guy who had Sal Stewart, TJ Rumfeld, and Ben Rice. So congrats to Snib here. Would I put $25 on a 3-leg parlay? Probably not. My bankroll is not my risk tolerance. I don't have that kind of guts. So if you're looking at this and you want to be jealous or thinking that you don't measure up, don't do that, guys. I mean, I wouldn't put more than $5 personally on this. That's just how I roll. But some people have a higher risk tolerance and it pays off sometimes. So congrats to Snib for smacking that. Novig is coming to all 50 states. You guys know that by now. Today's slate is as average gets. I don't think there's any bad spots, but there are no spots that are just unbelievably, I'm not eager to go after very many places. So you'll see a lot of yellow today, and we'll talk through it, and I'll kind of give you my insights. Game in Chicago, I think the prices are fairly generous here. The wind is going to be helping lefties, but the wind can change, so maybe monitor it up to game time. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is not a lefty, which contradicts my target here. But as far as what Ben Brown throws, Vlad should match up well again. So I'm going to just ignore the wind here for him and say that he looks solid regardless. Penango, we cashed on him a couple weeks ago. He looks good, and he's a lefty, so the win should help. $850, great price. PCA been on fire, and Michael Busch, I think not only is he a lefty and the win should help, but that price is solid. $575, very good for Michael Busch. Game in Detroit, we got Skubal on the mound. Nobody looks great for the Sox except Colson Montgomery, but again, I'm going to contradict myself. Colson Montgomery is a lefty. The wind is saying target righties. Skubal is a lefty. So you got a lefty. I'm giving you a lefty on lefty that contradicts the wind, which is not something I do very often. But I'm telling you, versus the pitch mix of Skubal, I see that Montgomery could have success. So maybe that results in 3 to 4 flyouts, and you're mad. I'm not going to play it because there's too much working against. But I don't think it's the worst possible play. And if you have to go with somebody on Chicago, I think Montgomery is the one. Torkelson and Dingler on the other side against Fetty. They both look fine. Prices are fine. Matchup is just all fine, all average, as you can see a lot of this is. Game in New York, Cody Bellinger and Jazz Chisholm would be my leans. Prices, again, pretty fair. I don't like anybody for the Reds against Cam Schlittler. Only guy who I thought maybe looked okay was Sal Stewart, but not good enough that I wanted to write him down. Game in Tampa. This is not the best home run park, but I think you can get runs here. Both of these pitchers have had really good outings and really poor outings. And I think there's enough in what I see from the opposing lineups that we could get over 7.5. So I'm going to play that. Also going to play Washington at plus 115. I like Dalen Lyle, Keibert Ruiz, Cedric Mullins, and Jonathan Aranda. I am following the exact same strategy that I followed yesterday for bold and italicized. What I looked for yesterday on Ballpark Pal, I'm looking for again, and I'm going to bold and italicize when it happens. And it happened a handful of times today, and they're all on here. Now, does that mean we're going to automatically hit another round robin today? No. It's probably more likely we go 0 for 5 today. But it worked for us yesterday. It was the first day I kind of thought about this idea, and I incorporated it, and it worked. We're 1 for 1. If we go 1 for 2 today, I can live with it. So just keep that in mind, that this is not an automatic guaranteed sort of situation. We got lucky yesterday as home runs are, but we're going to try it. So yes, Ruiz is my favorite play from this game. He's bolded and italicized. And then that brings us to Jung Ho Lee, which is just absurd. 1380, and I've bolded and italicized him. Look, guys, I'm calling it how I see it. You want to work him into the round robin, that's fine. If you want to leave him out of the round robin, maybe just play him straight because his odds are so high. That might be a better way to do it. Matt Chapman, also at 6-1, looks very solid. Nobody on Miami. Game in Milwaukee, Contreras and Churio. The Miz is the best human on earth. I would never even consider fading him, so I have nothing else to say about that game. Play his strikeouts over. Play his just play everything. Just target the Miz. 75 strikeouts tonight, probably. It's the first game I'm not on the under. I'm just telling you. Game in Texas. Jackson Merrill, Jock Peterson, and Josh Young. That is the J collective right there. Didn't realize that. DeGrom, strikeouts are fine, but I'm retiring from strikeouts. It's slightly a high total. I think it's plus money for 7. I'm not a good strikeout bettor. I'm not. And I have to really pick my spots, and we've talked about what spots those are. It's new guys with low totals that I think have value on an upside, not aces like Jacob DeGrom. So I'm staying off of it. This is a fine spot, but I think DeGrom looks really good against San Diego. So outside of Jackson Merrill, I don't have much for him. Game in Houston, Travis Bazzana, Gabriel Arias, Yordan Alvarez, and Isaac Paredes. Look, I'm going to tell you this. And this doesn't count because I didn't write it down. But if it happens, I'm victory lapping it tomorrow. Just know that. I almost typed in Yordan Alvarez. He's due. All right, when a guy like Alvarez has gone a week without hitting a home run, he's due. So I'm not writing it down. I'm not going to risk my record here of 4 for 4 on Yordan Alvarez. But just let it be known that this is like a soft due. He's soft due right now. Arias really stands out to me. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. His data looks good, but I don't know why, because he's just not a guy that I've ever really played. I think he's been hurt or had been hurt, so maybe that's why. Filling in for some of the other injuries with Chase DeLauter and Jose Ramirez. But Amai looked really good his last time out, so just take all that into consideration. Game in Kansas City, hey, 2 guys matched up, so this makes it a little difficult for the round robin. Alec Burleson and Lane Thomas both met the criteria of being bolded and italicized, so choose your fighter there. J.J. Weatherholt and Michael Massey as well. All of those guys are priced well enough that I would be fine if you played them all straight. If you want to pair them off, that's fine. I don't want you to get distracted by the bold and italicized and ignore the other 2 guys, and then they go deep. That's what happens sometimes. Game in Colorado, Pirates versus lefties. I don't love that. But the Colorado Rockies money line is not good enough that I want to throw some money on them. If they were above 150, I was going to play them. I think they're 127-ish on Novig. Not quite. So I'm going to stay off Colorado. Esmerlin, I think is his name. Esmerlin Valdez, Brian Reynolds, TJ Rumfeld, and Tyler Freeman. I will probably play Rumfeld and Freeman both straight, and I'll probably pair them together. I like doing that for some reason. And Valdez is more interesting to me than Reynolds. We'll just say that. Game in Oakland, I'm going back to the Soda stream. Okay, he matches up again. The metrics look good. Soriano's a much more difficult pitcher, but the data says Soderstrom again, so we'll do it. Zach Neto and Joe Adele. I had a friend who allegedly needed Joe Adele for 1,000 last night. This friend of mine, okay, he likes to exaggerate. He likes to say things that, that make for this good story. I didn't see the ticket. Right. He didn't send me the ticket and say, look, Joe Adell cost me $1,000. Is it true? It could be. It might be. I'm seeing him today. He's coming up from Tennessee. We're gonna play some golf, man. We got a sweater of a matchup. We're doing some crazy side games, closest to the pin. Front nine versus back nine versus over. We're going to go crazy today at 3:00. First time I've left my house since the vasectomy, pretty much. Not really, but first athletic competition. We'll see what happens. He needed Joe Adell last night for $1,000. That means Joe Adell's going long tonight, but that price is disgusting. Nicholas Kurtz also. Okay, game in Arizona. Cody Clemens looks great. Brooks Lee looks great again. Trevor Lawrence looks great. Josh Bell looks great. Byron Buxton looks great. Soroka has been solid for Arizona, but Minnesota, did I say that? Has been seeing the ball just incredibly. Brooks Lee, 10-20, bolded and italicized. Marte, he met the criteria, which is shocking. For a guy who has been as cold as he has been, I'm shocked that he met the criteria. Maybe it's time for him to go long. 425 on the score if you want to take him. And then the last two games of the night, plus the round robin that I'm going to officially play. Game in LA, Taylor Ward meets the criteria. Another one kind of bizarre. Jackson Holiday, Ryan Ward, and Tommy Edman is back in the lineup for the Dodgers. Double Ward action. You want to go with a Taylor-Ryan Ward situation? Not the worst thing you could do. And then the last game of the night, game in Seattle, Cal Raleigh and Julio Rodriguez. Cal Raleigh is 4-1 right now. That's crazy, and we needed him yesterday in the round robin. Golly, can you imagine if Cal Raleigh would have went yesterday? Oh, we would have been rich. We would have been rolling in it. I would have came here with my shirt off. Probably should have, given what we saw. So Cal Raleigh, 4-1 is crazy. Just parlay Cal Raleigh and Joe Adell today. That's what you got to do. All right, here is my round robin. Now, I've left some of the bolded guys out. Once I post this video, I'm probably going to go work those other guys in somehow, even if it's straight, even if I'm pairing them off, even if I'm doing another round robin. I don't know what I'm going to do. Just do what you're comfortable with. Keibert Ruiz, Jung-Ho Lee, Alec Burleson, Tyler Soderstrom, and Taylor Ward. An eclectic bunch. Good luck if you're tailing. Again, I don't want you to immediately tail this because we won yesterday. That's like my worst fear. Do what you're comfortable with. Be responsible. Understand this could it's more likely to go 0-5 than it is to go anything else. Okay? No vig. I'm not going to give you a play today. There wasn't a lot of extraneous stuff that I liked. I considered using my 25% boost on hits, runs, RBIs for the guys that were bolded, and I may end up doing that, but just understand that I'm not going to give you anything. Otherwise, get no vig. It's awesome. Smart Stake, if you have free bets to convert, sign up with them for $1. You should be able to turn your USA promo, or actually your goal promo on FanDuel into $125. Also, they're running that promo back today just for the USA, so make sure you do that. And then the Insider Tool, guys, look at this. The Insider Tool, the experts, the guys who know ball with all the money on these exchanges are fading the Miz today. They're going Atlanta Braves plus 150. I didn't say it. I'm not the one fading the Miz. It's the rich people on Polymarket, okay? So do with that what you will. They also like the Red Sox. Let's spin the wheel. The wheel is due. You know, if we want to talk about who's due, who's not due, you know, we can do that till we're blue in the face. The wheel is due. Ice cold has been the wheel lately. We're going elimination of the repeats. Jazz Chisholm. Absolutely. Why not? Jazz. Everybody loves Jazz. I have a feeling this could be a J wheel. We got a lot of J names today, and we're starting off with one of them, although 3 of them are from one game, so maybe. Nicholas Kurtz. Jazz Kurtz. Okay, so I guess actually we're going Z's today. We're going Z names today. Jazz Kurtz. Who do we have next? Give me a Z, give me a J. Give me a Z, give me a J. Oh, wow, we could have gotten a J and a Z with Julio. Cal Raleigh, now he's not going to go because we're putting him in this. Bummer. If you already locked it in after I said that, cash it out. Cal Raleigh is not going. All right? I'm kind of wishing that was Julio. It would have been a J and a Z. Oh, well, we'll move it forward. Oh, it's not going to get to Zach Neto, is it? Tyler Freeman, a good long shot in there. That's nice. Okay. So far, no repeated games. No repeated names for my round robin. We got a couple of chalk, a couple of mid, and a long shot. This is a perfect wheel spin. What could go wrong? What could go wrong? One last spin? Surely we don't do a repeated game or somebody that I had, right? We get a J. We get a J against Jacob deGrom, Jackson Merrill. Wow. I don't hate this. I do not hate this at all. Jazz, Kurtz, Raleigh, Freeman, and Merrill. I'm playing it. Appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. We're getting close to that 5,000 views per video, which is just a dream. I mean, it's a dream come true. I know there's people out there with tens and thousands and hundreds of thousands and millions of views. I'm not them. I'm just a little old guy living in the Midwest, talking homers, talking dingers every day. And that's awesome. So 5,000 is big for me. So I appreciate you all. Otherwise, I hope you hit something today.